The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday starts now.
It's Live Football Thursday this night, and we are live here at Southern High School, home of the Southern Trojans, the 4-2 Southern Trojans under head coach Justin Hatchet. This is a big Class 6A District 4 matchup. It's the 4-2 Southern Trojans hosting your Male Bulldogs at 5-1, and alongside Kellen Barnes, Male grad, Male alum of 2001, I'm Paul Najar, and we are thrilled to be here Thursday night. We got a little weather going on, Kellen, but the conditions are really firm and nice on the field. We'll see how this all plays out, but expecting big things from this 5-1 Male Bulldogs team.
Yeah, Southern's rebuilding a little bit from the past couple of years, and Male's kind of on a roll. They got a little revenge last week against Roncalli. They looked really good. They should be really confident tonight.
And they played a near flawless game from first touch to last, getting a 65-yard touchdown pass from Coulter Smith to Max Gainey on the first play of the game, and then it just got better and better the whole night. And these Bulldogs were ready. They were ready from the outset.
Yeah, they look good. They looked really focused. Obviously, when you had to go through a thing that happened the year before with Roncalli kind of putting a butt whooping on at home, they kind of got really focused, and that's what we're going to talk about later on, is them maintaining that focus tonight. This
team for Chris Wolf, right now, he and his staff, they have some challenges. You'll hear about those challenges in his coach's interview later in our pregame show, and you'll hear from Coach Hatchet as well. But first, we want to give our live read from Thomas Car Wash. They are back for another season of Bulldog football on Glycod, and they are proud to sponsor tonight's weather forecast. And they've been the fastest and finest since 1946. Thomas Car Wash. You want to take it to Thomas. And tonight's forecast it's a little muggy. It's in the high 60s, about 68 degrees last I checked, with a sprinkling of rain. Every once in a while it comes down a little harder, but we are in decent weather, and again, 68 and rainy. We're going to take a break, but we want to say thanks again to Thomas Car Wash, back again for the sponsorship of our weather forecast. They've been fastest and finest since 1946. Take it to Thomas. We're going to go on a break. We'll be back with more Bulldogs football on Glycod.
Owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Male graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Male. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express wash to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tradition means values, and and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, representing the region's finest properties with exceptional skill, using the most innovative technologies available.
Paul and AJ, our pregame interview right now with head coach Chris Wolf of the Male Bulldogs. And Chris, you've got things going really well. An impressive win last week over Roncalli Catholic, a Thursday night short week, and now we've got weather. Probably the first time you've gotten this type of weather since the games were canceled back at the end of August. How do you keep the guys prepared? Paul and AJ, our pregame interview right now with head coach Chris Wolf of the Male Bulldogs. And Chris, you've got things going really well. An impressive win last week over Roncalli Catholic, a Thursday night short week, and now we've got weather. Probably the first time you've gotten this type of weather since the games were canceled back at the end of August. How do you keep the guys prepared on a short week like this?
It's tough. We got enough older guys here. I haven't said a whole lot to them. This is a business week, work. No school this week, but no school for Southern, so we're all kind of off kilter. And then the rain makes it, even more off kilter. So it's just a matter. They got to play in the same conditions. Our guys got to be mentally tough enough to take care of the football. That's what you worry about,
Sure.
Losing the ball here, turnovers. But we work on that stuff, and you just never know when this weather is going to pop up. So you got to play in it.
District game. I mean, that's a 4-2 team across sideline. They've won 4 games. They know how to win. They've won close games. They've scored a little. I mean, that's got to give you some things, and your players some things to think about.
Yeah, no, I think for us at this point, we've been executing at a high level. I don't want to confuse them. We just want to try to run our stuff. We have enough stuff. I have a pretty big wristband here, and sometimes we don't even get through all of it that we have on the script. But it's all about the focus and the execution. And then I'm hoping our guys, last week I was concerned about it with an out-of-town team without really a whole lot of a name. But they did beat us the year before, so the focus was there. The focus was there for PRP. We just got to do it another one tonight. And
you talk about that focus, and you got 3 straight, and you're rolling towards, something bigger. That last season, that stretch at the end of the year was magical, and a lot of these guys were a part of it, and it didn't end up, with the reward you want, but you've got an opportunity, and every week it's that opportunity to show what you can do. What's male football right now wanting to show?
Well, really the simple answer here is the game is won and lost on execution on both sides of the ball. If you have solid schemes and talented players, it's about getting those guys to execute. And so how do you do that? That's the art of coaching. And sometimes it's pulling back. It's giving them a little bit more rest like I did last week. Sometimes it's pushing them a little bit harder. There's different buttons you have to push throughout the season. And then this is a funky week, so the buttons are a little weird this week. But hopefully we have good enough leadership here where I've kind of turned it over to them to keep us focused.
Two more things. One, that offensive line, talk about it, and talk about the leadership from the middle to the ends on that offensive line.
Well, I do want to say we've had unfortunate news from Max Glass. And Max had a knee injury in practice, and he's one of our senior players, can play guard, play tackle. And I think he got an ACL tear, and so I don't know that Max is going to be back. And that hurts us quite a bit. But the 5 that we have done a fantastic job. The 2 tackles are as big as you're going to see in high school. We moved Spike Souls out to right tackle. He can still play center, and he might play some center tonight. And that's kind of solidified us on both of the edges. And then we have the sophomore and the junior, sophomore at left guard and George Jewell, and right guard Isaiah Johnson, and then Henry Harding in the middle. Those 5, and then we had Max rotating in there too. Those 6 were really getting the job done. So we'll have to find somebody that'll be able to replace Max. But we have those 5 tonight. And Andrew Verbancic's not able to play tonight. He's been a big piece of that. So Nick Brown and Josh Fuller will pick up the slack for him.
And then finally, talk about this defense. Last year, beginning of the season, you hosted St. X, and that defense just swarmed. And you got better, and you got better, and then you beat them at their game at the end of the season. And now this defense looks like it can do pretty much anything it wants. It is the most physical defense, 1 through 11, that you've had in your tenure. I might be wrong, but it's pretty tough.
Well, yeah, Coach Porter and the defensive staff have them playing at a high level. They certainly played well enough for the win that St. X game. That was the offense turned the ball over, and we had too many penalties and blah, blah, blah. But they've played championship from the get-go. And I don't know if it's the best, but right now, as far as flying to the ball, there hasn't been a whole lot better than that. The speed on the defense, to me, is what stands out, particularly in the linebacker spot. You got Solomon Connolly and KJ Wilson. Both of those guys are tailbacks. Those are running back playing linebacker.
And tackling.
Yes.
They're so sure.
And physical.
Yeah. And the corners.
And so, and you start with that, and then you got a defensive line that can really get off the ball and go. And they're well coached. Our defensive staff coach, led by Coach Porter, does a fantastic job. And he just does not let them take a play off. He just doesn't. And it shows on Friday night. Those guys, and hopefully Thursday night, those guys are hungry and they get to the ball.
That's Coach Chris Wolf, the Male Bulldogs. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And you guys will be back after this on Glycod.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Welcome back to Southern High School. You heard from Male Bulldogs head coach Chris Wolf, and alongside Kellen Barnes, I'm Paul Najar. And Kellen, as we roll along in our pregame broadcasts here before the 5-1 Bulldogs take on the 4-2 Trojans, some keys to the game tonight. Keys to the game presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential with IBEW Local 369.
Well, Paul, when you look at this game, it's kind of a rainy night. You want to get the ball to Max Gainey early and often. That kid is a superstar. He's a game changer, and he can turn the lights off here at Southern High School really, really quickly. The second one is you want to stop the Trojan running game. It's clear from watching them on film they want to get behind their offensive line. They want to run the ball. They want to control the ball tonight. They want to keep the ball away from Males as much as they can. And then be focused on Southern. It's a tough week. It's in between. It is a district game for them, but they're coming off a huge win against Roncalli, revenge win, 43-0. And you come into Southern and it's rainy. It's a Thursday night. You've been off all week on fall break. Can they stay focused? Can they do the things they need to do and not turn the ball over and just be Male High School and show up and win the game?
Well, not only do you want to get the ball to Max Gainey, but how about Chase Burton and Shamai Gates as well in that run game?
Yeah, those running backs. But really the passing game over the top is what's opening up for those guys.
And it has been. And how about for the homestanding Southern Trojans?
Hey, and again, you want a ball control. Those guys, they're better than you think up front. You watch them on film, and some guys run through every now and then, but they got a guy that really pops on film. Number 20, Arch Despain. Marion Arch Despain. This dude is a well-built person. If you walked into this press box right now, we'd all have to step back a little bit. He's a big old guy.
Yeah.
And they want a ball control with him. They want to identify Male's multiple formations. So Male's going to get into a lot of formations, and a lot of the Southern players are playing both ways. So can they identify and get lined up just so they can give themselves a chance? And number 2, hey, use all your tricks in the bag. It's a district game. Roll the dice. Take a chance. Run the trick play. I know it's a little rainy out here, but maybe get some turnovers. Who knows? Who knows what can happen?
Those are your keys to the game presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. I want to remind everyone this broadcast is authorized by Southern High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching, and stay with us. We'll be back with more pregame action. It's Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Ow! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
About what this team has done to develop that type of effort and energy and success after a 3-8 campaign last year in your first season?
I think right now, man, we are relying on our defense. Our defense is playing good ball and keeping us in games. I think they're starting to buy in a little bit on what we're preaching. Just want to keep manifesting that and growing it. And then in a little time, I think we'll be where we want to be.
Talk about then what it's district game and what this Male team, what challenges they bring to you.
We all know who Male is. It's numbers, and you just look down there. It's a numbers game, and they have really good, talented players and things of that nature. The war of attrition is going to be a big thing for us. You know, they only play one side of the ball.
Yeah.
My guys, my 16 is playing everything, right? Yeah. Special teams, defense, offense. We just out here to put in a good effort, man, and see what it gets us. The rain, I think the rain helps us, brings them down into the slum with us a little bit, take the air out of the ball some, and I think we do good. Our run defense is pretty strong, and we do good running sideline to sideline, and hopefully that'll play off for us tonight.
Good stuff, Coach. Good luck to you. We wish you all the best.
Thanks for being here.
You got it. That's Coach Hatchet and the Southern Trojans. We'll be back with more on our pregame show on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm.
Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Millridge a better place.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Back to Southern High School. The coin toss has been completed. Male will receive the kickoff, but we're going to take our final pregame break, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff. Stay with us. Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
Overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. From Glycod, it's IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday. IBEW 369, power up your potential. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen, he puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday.
Alongside Kellen Barnes, I'm Paul Najar. It is Male Bulldogs football, and it's purple rain out there. Both teams in purple, Kellen. The visiting Bulldogs in their white jerseys and purple pants, while the Southern Bulldogs in their purple pants and black jerseys with the white numbers. They are kicking off, and we are underway. And they kick it away wisely from Max Gainey. But, hey, we saw this last week. First play of the game for Male from the 35. Max Gainey, Coulter Smith to Max Gainey for 65 yards, wide open.
Yeah, well, you're not trying to kick it out of bounds. You're just trying to punch it over in the corner. But, it's a wet night, so you just try to pin them down as far as you can. And
the kicker last week for Roncalli Catholic High School against Male, he was phenomenal. Had a 70, probably went 85 yards when it went through the end zone and kept rolling. Punt with the wind at his back, too, but he had a big leg. Big legs on the Male kickers, too. We'll talk about them a little later, I'm sure. But the Bulldogs set to go from their own 35. 1st and 10. Tight formation. Coulter Smith under center, the senior. Sends Harris in motion. There's the play action fake. Does he have him downfield? He's got Gainey. Gainey's got to slow down. There's a tip ball and a nice defensive play. Looks like the Trojans were ready for that one.
Yeah, it was a great play by the defensive back. He was in perfect man coverage, and, again, maybe a situation with the rain, ball a little slick, a little underthrown there.
Yeah.
He just didn't let it go early enough. He had him way earlier.
He had him open, and a nice defensive play there.
They had 2 safeties over the top, so time to look somewhere else.
That was, I believe, the pass defense, number 10. It was Ryan Fields on the pass defense.
You'll see more of him on offense. He's one of the guys that will pop for the Southern Trojans.
He has great speed. Smith out of the pistol. Hands it off left side. And that is Burton, I believe. Chase.
Yeah, it was Chase.
With the 9. Well, he gets the yard to gain. They are going to call that a 10-yard run for first down for the Bulldogs at the 45.
That was a great job up front by the Bulldogs. They just kind of blocked down and wrapped, and there was nothing there on the corner. Southern's got to really fire off the ball here, dig their cleats in it, and really drive back the Male offensive line.
Kellen, this Male Bulldogs offense, whether it's Chase Burton or Shamai Gates in the backfield, they bring it. I love the way there is Burton again. He goes ahead off the left side for about 6, and we'll call it 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Again, you get that zone concept on the left side there, and Southern's a little too high in their movement. But again, you're getting a lot of motion from Male already, and so they're trying to move around and give them different formations and looks.
We'll call it a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 from midfield. And again, a fairly tight formation from the Bulldogs. So we heard from head coach Chris Wolf in the pregame broadcast. He said, got a lot of plays we can bring. Coulter Smith looking. Doesn't look downfield, dumps it off right side. That's Burton. Burton gets the yard to gain, and line to gain, and more. Gets across the 40, inside the 35 to the 34, 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Yeah, Southern's playing a cover 4, a version of cover 4. They're just kind of sinking back, and Smith dropped it off underneath, and it was great run by Burton there.
And a wise choice from Smith. Let's not force it.
Also, great protection up front. He could still be standing back there in the pocket.
That offensive line, among the very best in the Commonwealth.
They're very big and they're very strong, yes.
Tough, up and down the line. Got a little more 4 wide look. It's a quick out left side, wide to the left side. Look at that burst. That's It's Antonio Harris with the big pickup of about 20 yards. Let's call it 22 yards down to the 12.
Yeah, they're just flipping it out there, uncovered. Southern's backed off a lot. They're trying to not give up the big play, and they're just taking what they're giving them right now.
This Chris Wolf designed offense can hit you short, can hit you long, can hit you in between.
Yeah, you're always looking for how many tight ends they bring in. That's the one thing that's one key for their offense is how many tight ends they're going to bring in.
And he mentioned without Verbenchik tonight, they're going to have some other guys take up the slack, and there is Chase Burton. Did he get the first down inside the 2? Let's see where they mark it. Just maybe a half a yard or less shy.
Yeah, that was a counter tray action there. Again, when you're looking at Male, how many tight ends they're bringing in, they had 2 in that time. They pulled one with the tackle on the counter tray action. Really nice wrap and kick there by the Male Bulldogs.
Wrap block, kick block, and Burton knows where to go. He sees green, and he flies to it.
Yeah, they're running left a lot, and if you were here at the game, you'd see why. They're running at the smaller defensive end for Southern.
Sure.
The other gentleman on the other side is quite a bit larger.
So it is 2nd and 1 from the 3. Can they punch it in? It's that Wildcat formation we saw last week, and when you've got a guy like Shamai Gates just plowing through on the Wildcat, the 3-yard score at 8:35 of the first quarter, a 65-yard drive culminating in a 3-yard touchdown run by Shamai Gates.
Yeah, he just kind of put his head and bulldozed his way in. I mean, there was a hole there to cut back into, but he didn't need to cut back. He just pushed his way in.
That young fella, he showed a lot last week and continues to impress. It'll be Seth Henson on for the extra point.
Again, you want to pay attention to details here. This is an important point no matter what point in the season, but you always want to pay attention, make sure your operation's good in the rain.
Henson, the sophomore, Vallandigham. He wears number 86. And that kick is up and good from Henson. We'll talk more about those kickers as I mentioned. The Bulldogs up 7-0 over Southern. Stay with us. More first quarter action on Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
With the kickoff, it bounces inside the 10, picked up at the 2, and straight ahead, but the wall is there to bring him down right around the 20, maybe the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that was, again, Ryan Fields on the return. Again, when you watch Southern, three guys really pop off, jump off the page. Demarion Aroche Despain, Ryan Fields, and Damari Streeter. Those are the three that you're really going to see on tape that really can really move.
And directing the attack for Southern will be Cal Cafando, quarterback. Not a big passing squad, but they do run it well.
They do, especially when they keep their splits really tight up front.
That's what they have right now. Wide receiver to each side. Cafando takes a high snap, rolls left, wants to throw, dumps it off, completes it at the 25, and down the field for a first down across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Leonard picks up the first down on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, they caught Male in a blitz there on the inside. So Male thought they were going to run heavy inside, and they blitzed all up inside. And they sprinted out to the left and completed a nice little hitch route.
Cafando with a nice job to bring down that high snap and roll away from pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, great design. Great design by Coach Hatchet.
The Trojans, I formation, but out of the shotgun this time. Cafando, he mishandles that one, has to go down, and that's going to be a loss of 10 back to the 23-yard line.
It's 2 high snaps in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's one of those deals when it's wet outside. You know, you can never practice that enough. You can never dump enough bottles on footballs.
Yeah.
Bottles of water on footballs in summer
Grab
practice.
it out of the old bucket week, you know. But and the other thing is, you could see on that one especially, Cafando might have had his eye downfield a little
too early,
as he was trying to field that snap. So it'll be 2nd and 19, so called a loss of 9 from the Southern 23 near 24-yard line.
Yeah, also Male's moving around. They're doing what we call, as the old head coach, stimming a lot.
And they go to Aroche Despain, and Aroche Despain can't find any room around that right side. He's going to get trapped back for a loss of 4, so it'll be 3rd and 23, 20, yes.
You know, in this situation, you're just looking to not turn. You don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to do anything crazy with it. You know, just allow your punter to punt and let your defense play a little bit. You know, Aroche Despain, he's trying to show his speed, bouncing it to the sideline. He's got to hit Male quick and straight ahead. That's the only way they're gonna break one.
Saw Roncalli Catholic High School last week gain some success between the tackles early in the game and then again late, but not much, not enough, as the Bulldogs with a decisive win last week. And straight drop. Oh, and he is just swarmed, and they're going backwards. Great defensive stand there after the first play, first down. That will result for a punt, 4th and very long. They got to get to the 43, 4th and almost about 38.
Yeah, you know, that's unfortunate. Male, again, bringing pressure like they should on 3rd and 25. You know, just got to get rid of the ball. Got to throw the ball over the receiver's head or something to get rid of it, just so you don't lose any more yards.
A first down on the first play from scrimmage for Southern, and then 3 negative plays, and that one goes out of the end zone for the safety. It's 9-0 now. The Bulldogs with the lead. They'll get the punt when we return. Stay with us. It's Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. For an intuitive, simple, and stress-free mortgage process, visit ruoff.com. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors.
.36 left in this first quarter, and after that unsuccessful snap to the punter went out of the end zone for the safety. The free kick from Southern, and to receive it, Max Gainey gets it at the 20, or at the 30. He moves right. He has some blockers. Will he move back left? He's over the 40. Now he goes backwards, and he's swarmed under. So
that was outstanding coverage by Southern.
It really was. He had nowhere to go once he slowed down at the 40 to try and cut back.
Now, Paul, Southern is a confident team. They have 4 wins, so you want to build on that confidence, and you want to stay positive with them because, it's real easy to start letting your head and your shoulders sag a little bit when you're down 9-0 to the Male. But you got to stay positive. You got to keep fighting the good fight, and it's going to make them better in the long run to play as hard as they can.
And
all
a
night.
Good kick, and a good team tackle of a supreme talent, one of the very best in the Commonwealth in Max Gainey. So the Bulldogs come out 5 wide out of the pistol. Coulter Smith will take the snap. From their own 33, Smith gets the snap, looks left, quick hitch, out to the left side. There's Gainey. Can he break one? He does. He gets across the 40 to the 43, dances backwards, trying to find some more space to the right side. A good block. He gets around the edge, first down across midfield, and down he goes at the Southern 44-yard line.
Yeah, Paul, they came out in an empty formation there. They're just trying to spread Southern out so much that they can get little quick, easy hitches and screens to Max and the other guys and Harris out on the edge.
That was a gain of 22, and Gainey came up a little sore from that hit. Took it square on the thigh, and Antonio Harris, will exit the game for a little breather.
Yeah, here comes the bigger formation. You've got some tight ends coming in. I would imagine they're going to go back to running to the left side.
They've got 3 wide left. 2 tights. Coulter Smith in the pistol. Shamai Gates to his left.
Flipped it out on the bubble screen.
And he does flip it outside. And on the bubble screen, couldn't see quite who that number was. Whose number was that?
Number 15, Coulter Smith, pass complete. Good for a gain of 20.
And that 20-yard gain. Come on, turn around. We got to see who that number is. Couldn't quite get it. He's still covering it up. Kellen, do you see it yet?
He's coming back on the field.
Yes.
Hang on, he had his number from us for the whole time. I couldn't see it at all.
I think it's 16.
Yeah, it is.
And that would be Josh Fuller. Smith under center. Gets a snap. Fakes left. Looks. He's got Antonio. He's got him for the touchdown. And that puts the Bulldogs up 15-0. 3:52 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a kind of a boot pass action back right there with Male, and they ran crossing routes. They ran a deep crossing post, and the safety kind of lost him.
Antonio Harris, I've got to tell you, he was our player of the game last week. Most he played well on both sides of the ball, but I was so impressed with his special teams play and the kick from Vallandigham up and good. It's 16-0, 3:52 remaining. You're watching Bulldogs football on Glycon.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycon.
Last week, the Bulldogs had Vallandigham kick and kick off, and then they had Henson kick and kick off, but this time they're switching. That was Vallandigham with the extra point, and this was Henson. Strong leg. The ball hits, is muffed, and into the end zone. So touchback for the Trojans. They'll start this drive at their 20.
Yeah, now you want a positive. You want to get a positive, maybe get a couple first downs here for Southern, get some momentum back, get a little bit of positive energy in the sideline. That strike over the top from Harris was a blown coverage by Southern. He was wide open in the end zone. But, again,
he came across right to left. Yeah, that was he is he's a he'll be playing on Saturdays.
Yes.
Don't yet know where, but the young man continues to impress week after week.
Big formation here by Southern.
Big formation. They fake it up the gut, out to the sideline, and he tries to go behind the back, and he flips it onto the ground, and they're going to call intentional grounding, I believe.
Yeah, that's a clear case of intentional grounding. There's no one in the area. In high school, you have to be throwing to the receiver. In high school, you had to be throwing to the receiver over his head. You can't just throw it out of bounds because you're out of the tackle.
That's Cafando will be penalized on that one.
Again, if you're Southern, you're just really trying to keep some momentum. You're 4-2. You want to keep some of that the positive feels going.
Officials for tonight's game. We've got referee Forrest Waits. We've got the umpire Tom Nefford, linesman Blake Billingsley, line judge Jeremy Schmidt, and the back judge Woody Perry. Out here on Thursday night at Southern Alumni Stadium, home of the Southern Trojans. Beautiful complex and facility out here.
It really is. It's really nice.
Very nice. This field in great shape. Rain just drizzling down as Cafando tries to go. He rolls right, and he had a guy, but he slipped. That receiver slipped downfield.
That was the best play of the night.
That really was well executed.
Well executed, great throw. The receiver fell down. He's wet.
Man,
unbelievable. He was wide open too.
He threw that on a line about 25 yards, 30 yards.
I mean, it was an awesome throw.
See what they can dial up here on 3rd and 20 from their own 10.
Again, in Male is going to be sitting back, and they're going to want to make Southern go the length of the field, so and rely on their defensive line for pressure.
Cafando can make some plays with his feet, but we see he has a good arm as well. Coach Hatchet wants to try and muck this game up a little bit, shorten the field, shorten the game by utilizing his running attack, but not much success on the ground against this very aggressive Bulldogs defense. Cafando, sprint right. He lets it go, and there's the pick, and a terrific pick at that from, is that number 10? I believe it is. So a pick there, and the turnover to Kevin Rogers, I believe. Rogers, a linebacker, dropped into coverage and just grabbed that one away.
Well, Paul, there, Males dropped everybody out. Right, they dropped it all out. It was an 8-man drop, and they kind of fooled Cafando there, and he threw it into coverage. It was a great interception.
It was a really good throw too, but I don't think he was expecting Rogers to be where he was that deep in the secondary, and to be honest, it was at the 20, but he dropped quickly and efficiently.
Yeah, now if you're Southern, you're just trying to contain it here, maybe hold them to a field goal. Make something happen. Get a turnover. Do something on defense.
Shemai Gates in the backfield. Coulter Smith hands it off to Gainey on the jet sweep. Gainey stops, tries to go and reverse field, and right there for the stop, corralling him.
DeAnthony Vaughn.
Ooh.
Big DeAnthony Vaughn. Ooh, what a great pursuit.
DeAnthony Vaughn with the stop.
That was an awesome. He did a great job. He just stopped his feet when he saw him cutting back, and he got a hold of him, and he didn't let go.
Looks like Gainey is measuring his steps quite a bit, trying to make sure of his footing. It's 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3 in a bunch formation right. Gates to Smith's left. Smith looking. He goes out on the out route. Gainey with the move down to the goal line. Can he bust it through?
Fumble.
And he fumbled. No, he was down.
They call him down, but the ball did come loose.
Boy, if there was a replay on that, it might have come loose as he was trying to get across the goal line.
It was very close.
I think that's what he thought. He was across the goal line, but as he reached, it turned into
a fumble.
I just think he was down and he reached over and couldn't quite, and they took it out of his hand. So 1st and goal, ball inside the 2, they place it. So Male with.
Here come the tight ends again, the big formation for Male.
So we approach the 2-minute mark of the first quarter.
Gates is in there, Shemai.
Shemai out of the Wildcat.
Sir.
It has been very successful. There he goes. He hands it off on the RPO, and that is Burton in for the score, and it is now 22-0 Male, and we will have, I believe, Henson with the extra point.
That time Shemai was nice enough to give it to his teammate Burton and let him score a touchdown there. I think either one of them, there's a little bit of demoralization there on the Southern defensive side.
It's a little tough when it seems like everything Male can do, anything they want to do, they will. Henson, Seth puts it is down, up and good. 23-0. The Bulldogs lead, 1:49 left in the first quarter. More Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Vallandigham puts his leg into it, gets it down inside the 10, about the 7. And here comes the return. You got to move, got to go. You can't retreat against these Bulldogs special teams. They will get you.
Yeah, Fields is just he's out there trying to make a play. There's 3 guys around him.
Fields gets it out to the 13. He made some progress out past the 15, but he wanted to stop and reverse field a little bit. And, that's where the Bulldogs trapped him. There's been several games through the history, and even though Bulldogs are up 23-0, they own a 22-4 series advantage with Southern.
Well, it's going to be tough to come back with the conditions like they are. But
it's a heavy drizzle. Let's call it that. Yeah. A steady drizzle.
It's just going to make things a little bit slick out there. But again, here we go. Southern's getting into the Wildcat 2.
Third possession, and finally they run between the tackles.
Right, and you got DeRoche Despain there. Roach Despain. And he took the handoff and you ran straight at him, and that's what you got to do. Male is a little bit light up front in the middle. They're fast and athletic, but they're a little light, and so the best place to attack them is right in the middle.
And you just love seeing these young guys, the techniques, Kellen, when this defensive, it is a sure tackling defense.
Yeah, those are really two really good tackles. You have number one, Kevin Wilson showed up there, a linebacker.
Wilson and Rogers.
Yeah, Wilson and Rogers.
Coach Wolf said pregame, those guys are running backs. They're tailbacks.
I mean, Wilson can play for me anytime. Look at that guy.
Absolutely. And the roll left as he tries to find the receiver on an out to the left. Incomplete.
He was looking for Lamontavius Hobson there. Hobson was double covered with so Male runs a 4-2-5, and they have an extra helper on each side, and that guy just shows up, and he surprises quarterbacks a lot.
Lamontavius Hobson was the intended receiver. Cafando, incomplete. He completed his first pass on the first play of the game for a first down, and ever since it has been no yards or negative yards for the Trojans.
I will say he's throwing a nice ball, even when they're.
He does?
He does throw a nice ball, but we got to get him some time to throw.
Tight formation, bunch right, and that snap.
Oh.
Handoff inside, and a really nifty run.
Streeter.
And the gang tackle. Did he get the first down? He
close.
did.
Wow.
I believe so. They're saying he got it.
That's that Streeter kid I told you about that pops on film, Damari
Streeter.
Yeah, he really pops. I mean, like I said, they got three guys that can really go.
And that was a Wildcat snap direct to Aroche Despain, and he handed that off wisely to the middle.
Yeah.
He took one step, and that influence, he took one step left, and it looked like that influenced the front line a bit.
It did a little bit, but that's an old wing T play. I won't go too far into it, but it's an old wing T play that looked really good. That was that was the best play.
Well done. And we are winding down end of the first quarter as Coach Hatchet will let the first quarter clock run out. We will return after this break in more action. Second quarter coming up on Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Well, we got. Looks like
welcome back. It is Southern High School with a 1st and 10 at the 23. They got that first down. They did. So, their second first down of the night. The Trojans in the pistol. They're just going to run straight right. Aroche Despain around the edge. He gets the edge and out to the 34, 30, near the 35 for another first down.
Yeah, they're getting on the edge there a little bit. Those are two really nice plays back to back, and they're kind of hooking the edge of the defense, Male's defense. Male can't stop playing just quite yet.
Very nice run there from Aroche Despain. Determined run. He got that edge and cut it upfield.
Let's highlight D'Anthony Vaughn there. He's number 36, the fullback. He led the way there with a really nice kick-out block for Southern.
And he is right side again. Interesting formation. Aroche Despain will get the pistol snap. And again, he's going to run right, but there are those linemen, those linebackers and defensive backs, just solid tackling.
Yeah, and that's at the heart of the Male defense. They want those defensive linemen to really soak up the blocks and then let those fast guys run. Like you said, they have tailbacks, linebacker. Those guys, Wilson can run.
Wilson, Rogers, they get there in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, he's flying around. Again, Southern's doing what they need to do. You know, they're lined up in this Wildcat formation, and they're just going to kind of pound it at Male and see how tough Male can be tonight. And that's a great strategy.
Well, any indication so far on the season, this Male defense, plenty tough.
Oh, for sure. You know, it's a great strategy. You know, you can't run your normal stuff in a night like tonight.
Again, a roast to Spain. And it's going to be a encroachment on the Bulldogs. So it'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, just a little loss of focus
for the Trojans.
You can see some guys getting subbed out that just jumped off sides. You know, that's Chris Wolf and Coach Porter over there making sure that the Bulldogs are maintaining their focus during this game, making sure that they're staying on task here.
From the 41, started this drive at the 13, did the Trojans. 2nd and 4, a roast to Spain. High snap. He gathers it, but he's met before the line of scrimmage. And that, some big stick from the interior Bulldogs.
I mean, that was just, those guys, like you talked about their technique earlier. That was number 55. That was
Daniel Bird and Bryce Strickland both, 54 and 55.
Bryce Strickland really stood him up. But, again, the technique inside was great. They're kind of moving laterally with the offensive lineman, and then they shed him and really did a nice job of tackling the running back there.
They did that so well last week against Roncalli. They had a lot of window dressing on their running attack, did the visitors from Indianapolis, north of Indy. Roncalli Catholic, 9-time or 10-time state champion in Indiana, as Southern calls a timeout. We'll take a break, too. 9:35 to play in the second quarter. You stay with us. It's Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
The Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Ball on Glycod. The Bulldogs up 23-0, 9:35. Some efficient offense, 3 possessions for the Bulldogs, 3 touchdowns, plus a safety on a snap over the head of the punter and out of the end zone from Southern alongside Kellen Barnes. I'm Paul Najar, and Kellen, a good showing so far. But this, on their 4th possession, the Southern Trojans showing some life.
Yeah, Male's done a great job of taking advantage of what Southern's defense is giving them over the top. And in this possession right here for Southern, this is what I thought they'd come out and do all night, line up in this and just kind of try to bully ball Male up and down the field and shorten the game by a considerable margin. And they're having a lot of success. It's
third and 4 here,
yeah,
long 4. They got to make the 45 or just past it. There is a blitz from the linebacker, and it was shed, and he gets the catch 1 foot down. Did they call it good? They did.
What a play by the
oh, my.
My goodness. He steps out of the tackle. Then he soaking wet ball at the range. It just started raining hard.
Just
unbelievable.
And just a great an opportunity. The inside linebacker just right up the gut had him, but the rain, let's call it, slid off of so Kevin Wilson, he slid off Cafando.
Cafando, yeah.
Cafando made the play, put it out there for his receiver to get the catch, and hauled in by Damari Streeter.
A lot of toughness. He's kind of stepped out of that tackle. Wilson jumped at him. I think he thought he was going to throw the ball, and he kind of missed. It slid down his legs. Cafando escapes and makes the play.
From the Bulldogs 44, it's 1st and 10. 4 first downs in a row, and there's that snap problem.
Yep.
And Aroche Despain can't control it. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson makes up for it. And they're going to call a penalty.
And they should.
It's a touchdown, but they're going to call that back. That should not. That was not a blindside.
Oh, wait, he ran right into his back. You just can't hit people behind the play. They're not ever going to let you do it anymore.
I saw the result. I didn't see the actual. I saw the guy go down. I didn't see from behind.
Well, first of all, you remember Kevin Wilson as a tailback, so when he picks up the ball, you just
He's gone.
Yeah, so as an old coach, I'm looking in the back going, hey, nobody touch anybody, and sure enough, somebody comes up and hits him in the back.
Against the Bulldogs.
You know, you just can't. They're not going to let you do it anymore.
No. So that touchdown negated by that block in the back. It happened around the. Where did it happen?
It happened right at the 5, so they're going to mark it right about the 7. It was about the 5, so they're going to mark it at
22.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
15.
I thought it happened further out, maybe at the 15, but
No, it was way in there.
Yeah. So, Bulldogs, 1st and 10. The Trojans' 22-yard line. Coulter Smith. Next to him in the backfield, Chase Burton to his right. Burton gets the fake, and Smith out pass to the right side. Max Gainey turns on the Jets. Can he get into the end zone? He is tackled inside the 5 at about the 3. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Southern's defense is spending a little bit too much time looking at the quarterback. They've got to identify the routes and try to run with them. But again, you know, they're, like Coach Hatchet talked about, they're fighting a battle of attrition here.
They've got some guys that can play, but they don't have 75 or 80 on a roster like Male. They only have 45 rostered players. As Coach Hatchet brings his 4-2 Trojans team into this game. A little undermanned, but
you know, Paul, they're doing a heck of a job there. They really are. They're fighting hard. I'm going to give them a lot of credit. No, I have not seen any heads sag on this sideline. On this
not at all.
Purple and black sideline.
They know what they can do.
They're in it.
Timeout. It is Bulldogs timeout, and we will take a break here. Come back for more. See if Male can punch it in from inside the 5 on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
And welcome back. Coulter Smith hands off to Max Gainey. He runs left on the jet sweep. 3 yards in for the score. 8:29 left in the second quarter. Gainey punches it in, and it's 29-0. Male leads.
Yeah, you know, just another great execution on the edge there. You know, they ran the jet sweep. Honestly, Southern has to run to the edge. You got to fly to that jet sweep and let the inside guys take care of the inside.
Yeah, you don't worry about who's in your way, even if he's a teammate. You got to get to that ball. And it is Vallandingham. A little low line drive up and good. 30-0. The Bulldogs lead. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the kickoff when we return. Bulldogs football on Glycod.
Overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
The Bulldogs up 30-0. 4 touchdowns and a safety as Seth Henson puts his foot into the ball. And the official, expect to see Jerry Markbright out there. I didn't blow my whistle to start the kick, as he did so egregiously in a Super Bowl. I believe it was Super Bowl 26.
I don't know.
It was 25. It was awful. He just took the whole wind out of the Super Bowl. I did not call for the ball to be in play.
And everybody's like, who are you?
It's like him and Jerry Markbright. Everybody knew his name. It's like they all know Hockley and his guns, the lawyer that he is, and having to give a treatise on every penalty. Gets paid by the word. Wish they'd just call the play. Henson puts his leg into it from the 35. And it bounces at the 15, picked up.
Cut.
And
good coverage.
Oh, great coverage. They get down there quick and with intent.
Yeah, they do a great job, and they kind of do a triangle deal like they're supposed to. They kind of 3-point the returner and bring him down. There's a great coverage. Now, if you're Southern, you just go right back to the well here. You just keep pounding away, and you just got to really focus on the snap. Every time they get a good snap, they have a positive outcome.
It will be Cafando again in the quarterback role. Let's see if he gets the snap. Can he get it cleanly?
The trade
Cafando and Fields in the backfield. They look to be moving a little early, and that quick out would have been a completion for about 4 or 5 yards, but a little short.
It's a little unusual that you see a trade and the defense not adjust, but the Male is going to always adjust with their linebackers. So if you're watching at home, don't worry. Male has it covered. They just soak up those inside blocks with the inside defensive linemen.
2nd and 10 from their own 23. The Trojans under Coach Hatchet. Enjoyed a 6-2 win last week. 6-2. That's an odd score.
It's a tough one.
And it was a Fields kick punt return that got him the score.
Well, Coach Hatchet talked about his defense on the pregame, so he's very proud of it.
And it was that special teams that got him the score, and the defense did not give up a point. They just scored 2 on a safety, but Fields for 1.
You have again. Here's Kevin Wilson. He's playing his butt off tonight, Paul. I mean, he's in on every tackle. He's running sideline to sideline,
making things difficult for these Trojans running backs.
The other linebacker was Solomon Conley. Yeah, he was really he did a really nice job of shuffling backside. Sorry, old linebacker getting a little too carried away.
So 3rd and 9. 7:25 to play. Cafando takes a snap, sets, fires into double coverage, but a little too tall off the fingertips.
He had him there. Again, it was Streeter. He's looking for Streeter, and Streeter was open. But that was man coverage there by Male, and Cafando just ran out of time. And it was just a touch too early.
And he will have to step back into punt formation. Cafando kicking to Gainey. Let's see what happens here. And they are 1 shy. The coaches do a good job of figuring out they only had 10 out there.
Well, it was D'Anthony Vaughn, but he plays so many snaps both ways. He's probably just asking for one.
Cafando gets off a quick one in the face of some pressure, and that rolls from the 24, and it is down at the 40, so a 36-yard punt, no return. The Bulldogs will get possession here with an opportunity to get over that 35-point threshold that allows for a running clock.
36 points, and it's a running clock, yes.
35, or you get over the threshold.
Yes, sir.
And it is an opportunity for the Bulldogs.
I imagine you'll see the best that they got here to kind of put a cap on this.
From the 40, it's Coulter Smith. Gates to his left, and he goes downfield and right in and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
That was Colin Jefferson.
And Jefferson just couldn't find the handle. It looked like he was running a little bit, just a moment before the ball actually arrived.
Paul, he got really excited because
did.
There was no one around him, and he thought he's already in the end zone.
I'm in the house already.
Got to catch it first.
All I got to do is catch it and run 40 yards, and I'm in. Smith, one of his best showings. He's been very accurate here.
Yes, he has. He's
far.
Quite accurate, even with the wet ball. I will say that.
5 wide, steps, quick hitch. And is that Antonio Harris? It is, and you're not going to catch him. Oh, yes, they do. Out at about the 13-yard line, Harris.
It was Ryan Fields.
In Fields. What a play from the middle of the field. He came flying through a bunch of bodies to make the play.
Like I said earlier, Paul, there's 3 guys that pop on film, 10, 7, and 20. And he really popped. He ran all the way across the field. That was an unbelievable play.
I'd like to see those two on this track run it a little bit and see who wins. Get on this track around the field here.
That was impressive.
Yes, indeed. 1st and 10 at the 13. Smith turns, hands it off. That's Shemai Gates. He weaves his way inside for the score. Shemai Gates at 6:46 makes it 36-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah, and that's that's running to the left side. This young man, the number 23 for the Trojans, Michael Karma, a young freshman having to take on some seniors and juniors for the Male Bulldogs. He's fighting, but he's just a little bit outmatched.
That's not easy. Seth Henson. Is that Henson or is it Vallandingham? That's Henson. Henson, number 82. Ball is down. Kick is up. And it is no good. So it is 36-0. He just hooked that left. And the Bulldogs, but they will have a running clock once this kickoff takes place.
Paul, I will give you credit. They are switching the kickers on you a lot. That's pretty tricky.
Hey, they had a superstar last year, and the name I just went blank on his name, but he, I believe, is at the Naval Academy and playing.
But like I said,
and playing well.
But credit to you. They're switching those kickers in and out and kickoff and extra point.
I got it now. Vallandingham and Henson. Luke and Seth. And this will be Vallandingham on the kickoff. So we will have a running clock here. Only stop for timeouts. Vallandingham puts his leg into it. Down to the 7. Fields up the middle. Oh, but there they are. Suddenly, and he breaks through out of the left side. Can he make it go? Fields out across the 40 to the 46. Wow. He was stopped at about the 27-28 and broke free from the tackles and made something happen.
Paul, that was Nicholas Brown with 85 with the big hit. He's got to bring his arms and his body. Everything else is there, the explosion and the hit, but you got to bring your arms and your body to bring a guy like Fields down. He's, like I said, one of the 3 guys that pops for Southern. He's going to make a play. But you got to wrap him up. You just got to wrap him up.
Man, and he's
I don't
his
know.
legs kept going. I couldn't see that how he got out of there.
He got hit really hard.
He got crushed.
He just bounced off of it.
And kept going. Producer Chris Labar here with the Jerry clarification. Jerome Markbright, could it be? And here we go with Kavanda handing it off, and for a burst up the head about 4 yards to midfield.
And as you would expect, with the score being the way it is, we're seeing a few more substitutes come in.
Was that a Roche to Spain? It was.
It was a Roche to Spain, yes. It was number 20. Again, Paul, all credit to Coach Hatchet. Male is playing great, but he's keeping their heads in the game. They're running their offense. I mean, they're having a little bit of success here and there.
And they're not hanging their head on a negative.
No,
and they've had a few, but they keep going. It's 2nd and 5. Call that a 5-yard gain for a Roche Despain. From the Male 49, out of the pistol. Kafanda gives it off. A quick little pitch, right side. Only a gain about 1 in those Male sure-handed tacklers.
That was Lamontavius Hobson with the catch.
Hobson only gets a yard.
But again, Cal is just taking what the defense is giving him there, and he's just getting rid of the ball quick, which is I think what Coach Hatchet wanted him to do early on in the game. And he's kind of holding the ball just a touch too long early in the game.
Kafando just trying to get. It looks like the ball is a little slick, and he is trying to make sure of the how he's handling all of that. Southern High School, home of 2 of Louisville's finest athletes. And, oh, my, there's another fine Louisville athlete. He just wears Bulldog number 47. And what you see from him, Javion Dorsey, week in and week out, explosive plays that can break a team, that can break an offense's will.
Yeah, and he's jogging off the field. He's
not jogging off now. He sprinted.
He sprinted off. He was really excited about that. But, they didn't. He's unbelievable. Like you talked about earlier, Paul, that unbelievable technique with the hands, quick shed.
Oh,
he was in there in a heartbeat.
So strong and so tough. A lot of guys going to be playing on Saturdays from this Male team. Up the middle they go with a rush. But Kafando gets off the kick. There's Gainey on the right side from about the 23. He reverses field. He's going to get the edge. Does he have it? The 40, the 50, Max Gainey, 40, 30,
nobody touching
20. Nobody's going to get him. Max Gainey gives a high five to his teammate, Kevin Wilson, as he rumbles about 77 yards for the touchdown. Wow.
That was impressive because there were 4 or 5 Southern guys that had really good angles on him, and he just kept running, retreating just enough to get around him, and then once he turned the corner, the rest of the Bulldogs did their job.
Let's say he ran about 120 yards on that, maybe 125.
Very long return for 70 yards.
Woo!
Again, he caught it off the bounce, so I will say there have been some really nice soft bounces on the kicks tonight.
And a really good rush. The ball's not skidding. It's not that wet yet. Southern, again, getting 11 players on the field for this extra point. And Vallandigham up and good for the Bulldogs. It's 43-0. Male leads. About 2 minutes to go on this running clock in the first half. More to come on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Bulldogs football. Bulldogs up 43-0 over Southern in the 6A District 4 matchup. All male right now. And there's Henson. He gets it down inside the 5 to the 4. Fields up the middle. That was not Fields.
Number 15, Don Leonard.
Don Leonard. That was Gainey's second punt return for a touchdown this season. I think before him it was when Gates handed off to we had Burton. So we'll get that score in a moment. Oh, it was Gainey on the that was a 3-yard. Okay. Huh. We'll figure out those scores here in a moment, but we only have less than 30 seconds before the half. So
yeah, I think we're going to look at maybe
we'll get to the half.
One or no plays.
Yeah. See if Southern can get one off before the halftime horn. Kafando gets the high snap, looks right, throws right, and incomplete is the pass, and there is the horn for the end of the first half. The Male Bulldogs up 43-0 over the Southern Trojans. So you'll want to stay with us for our halftime programming. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks. Stay with us on Glycod.
The Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Male graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Male. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds are wet, not just blinds. Blinds are wet, not just blinds.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
And welcome back to Southern High School Alumni Field here at Southern. Right down Preston Highway, the Trojans, home of Phil Simms, 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, great guy and a legend from St. Rita in elementary school, he and his family, to Southern High School. He is one of the all-time great Southern Trojan alums. Got to run into him a couple of times during playoff games in Old Heinz Field. Interesting connections with him over the years. But also, and we'll talk about this later, Kellen, one of the great basketball players of all time, one of the great girls basketball players in the history of the Commonwealth, Lisa Harrison. What a player to have two great talents like that. And we're seeing some great talent from Southern tonight. It's just not enough of it.
Yeah, not enough. And it's like Coach Hatchet mentioned in the pregame. He said, you see the numbers difference. And in Southern, all credit, we were just talking in the break, all credit to Coach Hatchet. Those guys are not sinking their shoulders. They know what the score is. They know what their responsibility is, and they're throwing it out there. They're not. They know what their responsibilities are. They're trying. It's just Male is as an avalanche of talent against them, and it's just a little bit of a mismatch.
They know they're going to get better from this.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing, and it shows. We'll do a recap of the scoring here when we return on our halftime programming. Stay with us. It's Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity. It's about the best I can put it.
The cost of school is free, actually. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. So you're getting paid to do your job.
You can start off with absolutely no knowledge, and they're going to give you the tools and the foundation to build up from there.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable, and they care about actually making sure you understand the information that they're presenting to you.
So I know that when I go to motor control, Wayne he's passionate about motor control, and he wants you to get it.
But it's really not like school. It's they're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field. So you're able to implement what you're learning almost on the fly. And sometimes you're learning more things in the field. By the time you get into the classroom, it's like, oh, I already know this.
They break the class down into smaller groups on your class day.
If you need help, you can easily look at whoever's sitting next to you and ask them for help. Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This is an organization of brothers and sisters all working together to accomplish a common goal. We work together in the field, and then we become friends on the outside, and it's almost like a family organization at that point.
Nobody I've ever worked with has referred to this job as a job. I went from a job to a life-changing career. So coming out of the apprenticeship program, you can go into a variety of directions with your work. You can become a foreman. You can do motor controls at a manufacturing facility. You can specialize in fire alarm.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
So if you're the kind of person that likes to think things through or see how things work on the inside.
Someone that's detail-oriented, motivated.
I've always seen myself as a hands-on person. Being in the apprenticeship, I'm getting my associate's degree, doing electrical, and being able to do something hands-on.
If you like to build things, this is the place.
It requires you to grow up. Be accountable for yourself because, they're going to lay out tools to help you be successful, but it's up to you to, grab those tools and build yourself.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Football on Glycod. Our scoring summary of the first half. Kellen, it started off very well for the Bulldogs. An incomplete pass on the first play of the game, but then
they drove it down the field and punched it in with Gates.
Gates out of the Wildcat formation,
yes,
punched it in, and they held Southern to a 3-and-out, pushed them way back in the shadow of their own end zone, and a high snap over the head of the punter out of the end zone for a safety. So it was 9-0, and then it was Antonio Harris on a beautiful crossing corner route from the right side to the left corner of the end zone from Coulter Smith.
And then we had Burton when his buddy Gates decided to hand in the ball.
Another Wildcat formation, a first and goal inside the 5, and it was a 2-yard run for Chase Burton. And then we had Gainey, Max Gainey on a 3-yard.
Then the Gainey show really began.
Yes, it was Gainey on a 3-yard on a jet sweep.
Yes, sir.
And then we had Antonio Gates on a nice Shemai Gates, not Antonio Harris, Shemai Gates. These guys are all so good, and they make plays so many. And Harris should have had that touchdown on the fumble recovery, and it was called. It wasn't called back. It was just there was a block in the back, so it was Gates for 8 yards on that score, and then Gainey with an electrifying
highlight of the night.
Yes, it was 72-yard punt return where he started on the right, in between the right hash and the Male sideline, and reversed field back about 7-8 yards, 10 yards, and cut up the left side, and nobody got him there for that long 72-yard, his second punt return of the season. So there it is, Male up 43-0. We're going to come back. We'll take our last halftime break, and we'll set you up for third quarter action. This is Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
Owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Male graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Male. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express wash to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Last season, Glycod streamed over 160 games. As our presence grows throughout Kentucky and Southern Indiana, we have a need for production, sales, and social media support. If you've ever wanted to pursue a career in the fast-paced world of broadcasting but didn't know how, these opportunities could be for you. For more information, please contact info@glycod.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Welcome back to Southern High School at Alumni Field. The Southern Trojans down 43-0 to the Male Bulldogs. And this segment of tonight's game is presented by Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen, proudly serving Louisville and setting high standards for the services his team provides their clients. It's Thomas Allen and Allstate Insurance. And alongside Kellen Barnes, I'm Paul Najar. And Kellen, a good night for the Bulldogs. We had pretty sharp in all facets of the game.
Yeah, they look really good. They got the job done. Running clock, it's going to be really quick in the second half. But they got out here with what looked like no injuries. No nicks and bumps. So you got your starters a few reps against some other starters, and then now you're going to see a lot of substitutions, and make sure you're watching quick because the running clock goes fast.
And we see the male punters and the kickers down there, Seth Henson and Luke Vallandingham, practicing taking snaps for a punt formation in this wet weather. And Coach Wolf never wanting to miss an opportunity to improve. Hey, it's raining out there. You go catch some snaps. We've seen what's happened with these punt snaps, and they're down there taking some reps, and it just reminds me, because they're both very good kickers, of the outstanding male kicker from who graduated last year and now at the Naval Academy as a freshman, as a plebe, Lance Gossett. What a leg he had.
I can remember him watching him when I used to coach at Manual kick it through the uprights against us. That was not fun. Being on the other side.
Unbelievable distance. And then 50-yard punts with hang time. I mean, that was a unique, he stood out, and you could tell he was going to be playing somewhere Saturday, and to be playing for the Naval Academy, gosh, he's going to experience some great things
for sure.
In the near future as Navy in the AAC. They have North Texas State coming up. That was the home of one of my favorite all-time players with one of the great Super Bowl commercials of all time. That would be Mean Joe Green and the Mean Green of North Texas State.
But
it's hard. You got
to about
remember.
Mean Joe Green with that face. He looks so mean in the little kid.
I mean, they can have a Coke and a smile. It's one of the all-timers. But it's funny. One of my regular broadcast partners, Joey Hamilton, who you all heard on Glycod, Joey's father went to North Texas State and was very close friends with Mean Joe, and that's how Joey Hamilton became a huge Steelers fan. And you'll hear me and Joey lament our Steelers' progress or lack thereof.
And Coach Hamilton
quite often.
Coach Hamilton doesn't look that old, but he coached me in high school.
Yes, he did.
I had to get that one out there for all of Coach Hamilton's.
Yes, he did. He coached a lot of youngsters and now old guys in high school. We'll stay right here as we are winding down the clock, and we'll begin our third quarter, our second half, as the officials break. Again, we will mention those officials. The referee is Forrest Waits. The umpire, Tom Nefford. Linesman Blake Billingsley. Line judge Jeremy Schmidt. And the back judge, Woody Perry, on the field. Pretty clean game tonight.
Really, it has been.
They caught the proper call on the block in the back on that Antonio Harris fumble return for a touchdown, but unfortunately it was called back just short due to a block in the back.
Well, that's a sign of two well-coached teams, and I know it's hard to understand that looking at it 43-0. But, when Southern's in a game with a team that they're going to be matched up with well, they're going to do very, very well against another team like them because they're well coached by Coach Hatchet is clearly focusing on the fundamentals. And, against a team like Male who's overwhelmingly better than them, it's just going to be tough to come out and really show what they can do. But against somebody at their level, they're going to be very, very successful.
You mentioned that they'll have Fern Creek coming up on their schedule through the Trojans, and an opportunity to see some really good play because Fern Creek has some talent too.
Yeah, for sure.
They just may not have enough. So, next week, they're at Bullitt East, our Southern first, the defending state champs, and then Fern Creek, they'll host Fern Creek.
Male's got Fern Creek next week.
Yes. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. And also Male playing Bullitt East. Bullitt East is coming around.
And
those young guys
they're
are coming
getting
back
better. They're a young team. They lost 23 seniors last year on that state championship.
A little bit of something motivation when they go to play Bullitt East this year.
Do they ever?
I mean, I've been in a couple of those motivation games, if you want to call them that. And
boy,
those are more fun for the team that's got a lot more motivation.
And that will be the week before the Manual contest. And here is our second half kickoff.
Uh-oh, a little reverse here.
Vallandigham with the kick, but there they are, right at the 20. They get down there around the 20, and they put up a wall, and you're not going to get back. You're not going to get very far.
Well, they don't do that little league thing where they chase after everybody chases after the running back. They stay in their lanes, they stay home, and they're well coached.
Excellent job on that return, even though it was a little trickeration, but
wow,
it resulted in about an 18-yard return. So out to the 27 is where Southern will start their drive.
Paul, I'm a little surprised to see Javion Dorsey out there, to be honest with you.
Still?
Yeah, he's right there, 47.
Yeah.
I was watching for some subs, and we got the first D.
1D on the field, or mostly 1D on the field. And Cafando takes the snap, goes right up the gut, and gets pushed right back for no gain.
Oh, that play was made by Dorsey. he took the three. Well, we talk a lot, and those front four guys, their job is really to soak up those offensive linemen, and he soaked up 3 of them that time. And so the linebackers literally had no one to block them. They just stepped right in there and made the tackle.
So 2nd and 10.
And the play was by number 32, Bryson Robbins.
We got Cafando out of the pistol. Behind him, Aroche to Spain. Pitch left, Aroche to Spain. Full head of steam. He gets the edge, and he gains 6 tough yards. Out to about the 34.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an illegal formation here, Paul.
Yeah.
It looked a lot like that. That's usually
I saw the flag.
Yeah, it's when the flag flies like that is when it's an illegal formation. But again, another good run. 20 pops. Aroche to Spain, you saw him run right there. He's a good running back.
He gets those feet going.
Well,
and
you had the defensive back was diving at knees. But you got to tackle that guy. You got to body tackle. I talked about that 2 or 3 weeks ago at Floyd Central. You got to body tackle. You can't do all this diving and stuff. You're going to hurt your head and your knees and all those things. Tackle with your body, wrap up, grab the jersey, and run your feet.
Yeah,
safest way to tackle.
Marion Aroche to Spain. While he had the edge, there was that procedure penalty, or formation penalty. So it'll be 2nd and 15. The Trojans starting at their 21 or 23, sorry.
We're going to get a pass.
Cafando looks left, throws left, and breaking quickly on that attempt.
That was Brandon Richardson, number 4.
Oh,
another good-looking athlete. Another great-looking athlete.
Listen, every one of these defensive players make plays.
Well, if that ball hadn't been
they're
thrown,
encouraged to it.
Well, for sure. But if that ball hadn't been thrown high, it was going to go into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a pick 6.
Yes, it was going the other way. He had that
read it and
broke spectacularly again, like you said, it's kind of a heavy mist at times, and then sometimes it comes down a little harder. But the field's got to be a little bit slick.
It is, and it's got to be, and it's coming down. The rain, it's just a steady, heavy mist. It's not quite pelting anyone. But it is a nuisance. Got to be for these players. Cafando looks left, out to the left side on a back shoulders type of throw, and he completes it.
Streeter.
That's Streeter for about 12.
That
so
time,
it'll be 4th and 3.
Paul, when they give him time, he does make plays. I will say that. When they give him time, he makes the throws.
And that was a good read. He was covered. He wasn't going to throw the original, so he back shouldered it, gave him a little chance to come back and make the play.
Yeah, and give him a chance at 4th and 3. And there's no reason not to go for this.
At the 35, down 43-0, and they're going to.
As I say that, they trot out the punt team.
Well, they're going to try a punt here. See if they actually execute it. I wouldn't want to put a fake punt on tape in a game like this.
No,
but
if you're going to go for it, you might as well have your offense out there anyway. That's because you're only going to get maybe 1 or 2 more possessions.
Is Gainey back? Yes, he is. Cafando gets off a quick punt from the 35 down at the 34. So A 31-yard punt, no return, and the Bulldogs will take over their own 34 as the clock is running here in this third quarter.
Well, and it's very interesting to see with the clock running and 43-0 to still have their starters in. Honestly, on a wet night, I would prefer to sit and sub and see what happens just to save the guys for the rest of the district schedule. But I think Coach Wolf wants to get just a few more reps in. I guess he feels like he didn't get enough reps in this week, and he just wants to make sure everybody's super sharp, razor sharp for the next couple of weeks.
This looks like a few interesting numbers, new ones. The most interesting, the diminutive. Is it
Nate Joseph.
Javion Gowdy on this side?
Yeah,
35. That would be Kamari Young. But that was a great run up the gut. And a penalty on the play.
Number 18 on the carry. Gain of 15. There are flags on the play.
We got some unsportsmanlike stuff.
Yes,
going on.
we do.
We're just not going to even talk about it.
That was Kalen Churn, the running back, the 5'11 junior. Turned it upfield for a first down. And it was a 14-yard gain, we'll call it. But
yeah, we got some guys that are talking a little bit out there. In a game like this, I think we just need to sit those guys down and move on to the next guy.
You see Isaac Spike Souls, 6'2", 270-pound junior, a little animated out there. We had offsetting penalties, first down.
Well, and
these teammates were trying to remind each other, hey, stay cool, stay cool.
Well, and you're looking at a guy like Souls who's athletic enough to move from center to right tackle, and he's going to go, again, another person that's going to be playing on the weekends.
Oh,
very
he's
athletic.
going to be playing at a
big school.
Yeah.
But, keep your cool, if you're both sides.
Snap under center.
Uh-oh.
And there is Churn up the field, about 7 yards to the Southern 45.
Also, we have number 84, Nate
Joseph in
at
a
quarterback.
Yeah. He's playing a little wildcat type. Wide receiver is his listed position, but Nate Joseph.
Well, yeah. Nate Joseph. He's got to stand on his tippy toes to look over the center.
And if you didn't know, if you know your Arabic language, my last name, Najar, means carpenter, Joseph. There you go. So I got to think he might have some of that Middle Eastern heritage in him. As we go, again, Joseph with the snap, hands it off. Churn off the right side. He gets across the line of scrimmage, gets the first down, and more. Burst of about, let's call it from the 45 down to the 22, 23-yard gain.
Paul, he's listed at 5'11", 180. He looks bigger than that.
He looks a little faster than your average guy.
You could put a neck roll on him and call him Mike Allstott. So, he's running like that. He's got that little forward lean.
He does. Neat. Little work from Churn. Kalen Churn with the first down. Bulldogs content to run and run with this running clock. Churn off the left side. Feet.
I believe that's 20.
Oh, and there was a ball down. Was he down? He was.
I believe that was that Kinzel? Was that 28? Yes, it was 28.
It was.
It was 28, Kinzel.
Not 18.
Well, and you could tell also because he wasn't running straight downhill like Churn.
Correct. Yes.
They went out a little wider. He's a little quicker.
Legs were a little more.
Churn went over and got him a drink of water.
Yes.
You're not taking my touchdown.
Let's see who gets it this time from inside the 15.
My money's on
Second
Churn.
Long 3 from the 14. And who is in the backfield?
It
is Churn, and he gets it between the tackles. He goes, and he's going to move it. He's going to move the pile, and it keeps moving. And he's finally down inside the 5 at the 4. 10-yard gain for another first down, Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a great group effort. Again, But he's got to watch his ball handling there just a little bit. As a tricky handoff.
And there we got a little push. Do you mind the tushy pushy play in the
as long as it's within the rules? We defensive people have to figure out a way to stop that. Now, the interesting thing is nobody else but the Eagles are successful with it.
And the interesting thing that the Eagles do is they get so low on that line.
If you guys ever want to watch Jason Kelsey, he'll teach you
Perfect.
everything you need to know about football.
Perfect. To me, his last 2 or 3 seasons, Hall of Fame quality.
Well, and here we go. Bulldogs getting low, just like you talked about with the Eagles.
Yes. They're in that tight formation. Joseph hands off. There's Churn, and he's met in a one-on-one situation. And who was that? That was Aroche Despain. Just a terrific tackle.
Wow. I told
Met
you.
him head up.
Kid pops. Just tell you what, they've got 3 that can really go, and they've got some other ones that are really pretty good players. And like I said, it's 43-0, and you hear me talking about Southern, but they're really putting up a pretty impressive fight for what the circumstances are.
Being outmanned for sure.
Look for this one to go wide now that we have Kiesel back in.
2nd and goal from the 4. Joseph. Kenzel gets just a yard to the 3, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that's Wolf likes to do this. He's an old wing T guy, so he likes to just pound it out, grind it out.
He gained a lot of yards that way.
He sure did.
In his high school days, 30-plus years ago at Fort Thomas Highlands.
Yeah, it's interesting. My family, I have some family that live up there, and I was going through the school, especially when I did my student teaching there earlier in my life before I became a teacher, and his name's on the wall. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And so, just those connections are, it's always
fine college career also.
Yeah, very good. There's a reason why he's successful.
He knows how to win, and he has built one heck of a program in his 14 seasons at the helm of the Bulldogs. There's the fake. Joseph wide open, and he just rushed it.
He drop kick that one.
I'd like to say he's got to be the sickest man in the world, but I don't want to bring up a bad memory for you Cowboys fans. Yeah. Yes, I do. I'm a Steelers fan. Why wouldn't I?
Well,
sorry, Jackie Smith. I loved you as a player, but not as a Cowboy.
Well, yeah. Hey, I'm a Packer fan, so.
I'll say yowza.
But that was
well-designed play.
Well-designed play, and it just got a.
And we are that'll take us to the end of the quarter. And the Bulldogs, when we come back, will face a 4th and 3, 4th and goal from the 3 when we return on Glycod.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. For an intuitive, simple, and stress-free mortgage process, visit ruoff.com. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors.
For the Bulldogs, Joseph fakes the handoff, fakes the pitch, runs left, and gets tripped up. Did he get the score?
He did.
He did.
Put the arms up.
And Joseph with the score.
Yeah, Paul, that was the same play they just ran. They just went over to the sideline and told him, don't throw it, just run.
Just run it, and he did. Walks it in from the 3 to make it 49-0, and we will see Seth Henson on for the extra point. So some youngsters getting some action.
Yeah, Churn looked really good on that last drive, didn't he, Paul?
Oh, he did.
I mean, that running style is aggressive. And
lovely.
A little scary for some
Nate
defenders.
Joseph, the junior, 5'6", 155. High snap, down, up with the long, strong leg of Seth Henson. It is good. So we'll go to break here, and it is now 50-0. Bulldogs, stay with us. It's Bulldogs football on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
It is Seth Henson staying out there this time for the kickoff. Let's see what he can put this one into the end zone.
And as we talked about earlier, Paul, already into the fourth quarter.
It's a quick one here on Thursday night, and it goes into the end zone. So touchback. Southern will have the ball at its 20.
Yeah, Paul, you're going to get some subs now because there's so little time left on both sides. As you can see, Southern subbing a little bit here up front to get some other guys some reps. But let's see if, what kind of positive things can happen in the fourth quarter for both sides. See if Southern can maybe pop something.
Set yourself up for a few good plays. They've had a couple of good drives where they turned up some first downs, but yet to find the scoreboard.
Well, in this kind of matchup, it's very difficult to go that far against a team that has a superior athletic ability, especially up front.
Yeah, we mentioned some of the greats from Southern High School, Phil Sims and Lisa Harrison, the Miss Basketball, Kentucky Miss Basketball, her senior year. She went on to play for legendary Hall of Fame head coach Pat Summitt at Tennessee, won a national championship her junior year. That inside jet sweep, there's a pass. It's a pass completed. Oh, it goes for about 2 yards.
That's Joseph Floden with the reception.
Yeah.
That's a good little I like that play. And, I always get nervous as a defensive coach because I hate turnovers, but that flip forward, I always feel like they're going to catch it, drop it, whatever. It makes
you got to go after it.
It just makes me nervous.
But Lisa Harrison, one of the all-time greats from Southern High School, Kentucky High School Athletic Hall of Famer, WNBA star for several years. Now the Trojans looking for their first score. Quick out. It goes, and it is complete for another couple yards. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, again, just working on your stuff, making sure you're sharp for your next week against Bullitt East. Again, we're looking at a team that's developing, and they're going to get better.
We're looking at a program that's developing.
Yeah,
there's 45 rostered players. I guarantee it'll be over 50 next year.
Oh well, it should be. Look, they got a great coach. Hatchet's a very good coach, and if you've noticed, they haven't done a whole lot of things. They're doing a couple of things.
Knows his stuff down.
Well, they're just trying to get good at what they can do.
Yep.
And then they're not doing 600 different formations.
Let's keep it simple and try to make some plays. And that's their first. I think they had a motion. They had a formation penalty.
But that's
earlier.
their first actual.
That's their first. Yeah.
Again, clean game. 2 penalties all night. That's good. That's very
and
good.
only 2 for Male, I believe.
Yeah. Clean game. Very clean game. And honestly, not many that we could spot. Other than
there wasn't
misses.
much in the way of holding or nefarious stuff. He had the offsetting unsporting conduct penalties, but I think the young men got themselves under control on this Thursday night. Heavy mist falling down. Reminds me of one of the all-time great moments in Pittsburgh Pirates history. One of the funniest moments you'll ever get to know. As Cafando released. Boy, Boy, he's got a strong arm. He just flicked his wrist that went 25 yards.
He was getting hit while he threw it.
He did. No legs, and he just all arm, and it's 4th and 9.
I thought you were going to bring up the Chicago or the Cincinnati thing where they had the fog and it was too foggy to play.
It was actually Doc Ellis, famed no-hitter in 1970, but we can't talk about it very much because it was a little crazy.
No one saw it.
But if you look up Doc Ellis and the no-no on YouTube, you will laugh and laugh. A very funny animated short video about a no-hitter that was crazy. There's the punt, picked up, dropped, and picked up again. And that is number 2. DJ Grinter.
Again, another one of those athletes that all look the same, amazingly fast and athletic.
Amazingly athletic and quick. And
I mean, numbers 1 through 20 are about the same looking guys. So.
And they move forward with purpose and intent.
Even when I was there were really good looking guys, and then there were guys like me that are sawed off in 5'8.5". So I don't see.
But you had to learn how to make plays.
Yeah, you know those things happen, but there's not too many of the guys that look like me over there anymore.
It's 1st and 10 at the Southern 45 for the Bulldogs.
All right, we got Nate
Grinter returned it about 10 yards. Joseph hands it off up the middle. He was probably leaning on that play, looked to be a little moving forward, and the whole male Bulldog sideline cheering for their teammate. That was the diminutive. Now, it's 35 is Kamari Young and 36 is Tavion Gowdy. One, they say, is 6 foot, and the other is 5'8". But
I think that was 35.
Yeah, but that 35 is not 6 feet tall.
No, sir.
If he's 5'6", he might be 7 feet. I don't know. So, it's a numeral issue.
And that was, again, I believe that was.
We've got Aiden Singleton in the backfield now. That's who it is, number 80. And he goes up the gut again. And the team erupts on the sideline for Singleton.
Yeah, we're
something special.
Yes, evidently. He's a senior. They have Aiden Singleton listed at 5'6", 125 as a senior.
And he definitely looks that.
Yeah, so, a young man getting an opportunity to get in, play a little bit, you learn a lot of lessons about that in life.
And as he runs off the field to the sideline, he's getting hugged and
smacked on the head.
Yes, he is. A lot of love from his teammates. Good to see that. 3.25 minutes left. The Bulldogs up 50-0 over Southern.
This is going to be Kinzel.
Yeah. Yep. Kinzel runs left, and he runs into a couple of big hitters from the Trojans defense.
I don't even
Gain
know.
of 1.
Remember this guy, but he looks a lot like a guy I played with named Ryan Blackerby. He runs even like him. But he's an old guy from the past, and hopefully you're listening, Ryan. But I'm going to shout out. But that guy, Kinzel, runs just like Ryan Blackerby. He played at Georgetown for 4 straight years, so he's a very, very good player. Another very good player from Male, but just runs a lot like a guy I played with.
You look around and you see what the local teams have done, the teams in state, whether it's Murray or Louisville or Kentucky or Eastern or Western. Then you look at Bellarmine with their small-sized team, coached by DeSales alum and former DeSales 2-time state champion head coach Harold Davis. There are some opportunities locally for these young guys.
Well, Paul,
good completion there.
That'll
Joseph to
Nicholas Brown. Yeah, we're on it. It was Nicholas Brown. Yes, sir.
Nicholas Brown on the catch for the first down.
Yes.
That was 4th and 7. They got 12. First down at the 30-yard line. And the Bulldogs could probably just take a couple of knees or a couple of dive plays, and that'll be it. And for the Southern Trojans, looks like a lot of young guys out on the field.
Yeah, again.
Pretty neat to see.
It's cool. Those guys get.
They just see how they're talking to each other, line up properly, give themselves an opportunity to make a play.
Paul, I think you're right. This is either going to be a knee or two handoffs to Kinzel.
Yes. And it goes Kinzel left. He breaks free. He's still going. Will he get to the edge? He cannot. He gets pushed out of bounds at around the 10. Let's call it the 12.
This is where the referees have that magical thing where they take 3 to 10 seconds to spot the ball. So
yes,
the play clock doesn't start.
Yeah.
That may have been the last play. Male does not have to run another one.
They do not.
And
it's
they will not.
1st and 10 at the 13 or so, and that will do it. The Male Bulldogs improve to 6-1 on the season. Southern drops to 4-3. 50-0 is your final, will be your final as we count down the last seconds. Stay with us, folks, for our post-game programming. We'll have our players of the game for both teams, and we will have a recap of the scoring as well. When we return, it's our postseason, our post-game broadcast. Stay with us. It's Male Bulldogs football on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
To our post-game wrap-up, 50-0, the Bulldogs over the Southern Trojans. Bulldogs improved to 5-1 on the season. And 4-3 are the Southern Trojans now. So, alongside Kellen Barnes, I'm Paul Najar. And Kellen, we've talked about, our scoring plays in the first half. There were lots of them. And in the second half, just one scoring play. And I don't even know if we recorded it. Did we?
No, we didn't even write it down. We were talking about Super Bowls and ball games.
It was in the third. And, I will think of it in just a moment. Was it Gainey on? No, it wasn't Gainey. It was, yes.
Joseph. It was Joseph.
Joseph.
On the 3-yard run.
It was the 3-yard run from Nate Joseph, the quarterback, the 3-yard run in the fourth quarter, and capping off a nice long drive for the Bulldogs. So there's your scoring recap. We would like to let you know we're going to have our players of the game coming up. But a good, solid performance from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you're looking at a team that was focused tonight. They knew what their job was. If you listen to Coach Wolf's comments in the early, but before the game, he really wanted his team to make it like a business trip over here. They knew what they had. They knew what Southern has. When you click the film on, it's obvious. But, they came out. They did what they needed to do. No one got hurt. And honestly, Paul, I was surprised that Gainey and the others played as long as they did.
Yes, we will take our second post-game break and return with more of our post-game action. You'll want to stay with us to hear our players of the game, brought to you by State Farm. Was it State Farm Insurance? Yes. Our State Farm Insurance agent, Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Stay with us, Bulldogs football on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Oh, do you have? Welcome back to Southern High School Alumni Field. 50-0, the Bulldogs with the victory. Tomorrow night, we have broadcasts all over the area. and the Commonwealth. Jennings County at Floyd Central at 7 o'clock. At 7:30, Scott County at South Oldham and Oldham County at Eastern, as well as George Rogers Clark against Bryan Station. All games will be streamed live on Glycod, and you never know who the Bulldogs will face down the line. Could it be a George Rogers Clark in 6A? Who knows what it'll be, but great action from this team tonight in district, 50-0 win. And next week, both teams have a tough task ahead of them, as Male will face Fern Creek.
And Fern Creek's got the stud guys. They got they got a lot of good guys. They're
an impressive group. I was very I was impressed with them in early September. They've got talent and they've got know-how. They may not have enough, but they've got some.
Well, it'll be a different game than this because there'll be guys that can run with the Gainey, and so Gainey won't be running all over the field like he did tonight.
And they also will have a good opportunity to showcase, hey, we're going to keep going. We've got Bullitt East ahead after that, and then we got the rivalry game after, and then the playoffs. So great performance. We'll have one more break. We're going to come back with our State Farm Insurance Players of the Game when we return with Bulldogs football on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
And welcome back to Southern High School Alumni Field alongside Kellen Barnes. I'm Paul Najar, and it's time for we all know you've been waiting for it, our State Farm Players of the Game. Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. First, for the host, Southern Trojans. Kellen.
Paul, when you look at the stats, obviously the most statistically irrelevant player was Demario Streeter, but also he, like I said before, he pops on film. He got open against the male defensive backs, which is not an easy thing to do. So he was visually impressive tonight. And I want to throw the Fields kid out there, number 10, Ryan Fields. I mean, he made so many plays all over the field, and he was just a leader, showing kids, younger than
that
him.
effort.
That effort.
Yeah,
matters. That effort matters in
all
life.
night. Absolutely. So, Streeter is the Southern High School State Farm Player of the Game, and now the most outstanding player for the visiting male Bulldogs, 50-0 victorious. That's 93-0 in 2 weeks, two straight weeks. They're blanking Roncalli Catholic and now Southern.
Well, it's hard if you weren't here watching it or if you weren't watching it with us on Glycod, but Isaac Souls was the most visually impressive player on the field tonight.
He was outstanding.
He was drive blocking his man 7 to 10 yards down the field every time.
We are going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 stars by his name next year, maybe 5.
Five's going to be tough, but
yeah, 4 for sure. The kid he can play. Well, you got Max Gainey making his plays as well, but and so many others for this Bulldogs team. Wilson making plays on defense, but tonight's most outstanding players presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Isaac Souls, Spike, you are the State Farm Player of the Game. That'll do it. Join us tomorrow night and next week as we continue our action, male Bulldogs football. Thanks for watching, everybody. For Chris LaBar and for Kellen Barnes, I'm Paul Najar. Thanks again, everyone. Good night, and keep watching us on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Tonight's game was brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. He puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.